Today's the 24th. Hey, my YouTubers and everyone in the world. Today is March the 24th. The time is now 7:30 a.m. It's going to be a beautiful Sunday all day. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and that notification bell so you can see more of me. Now, moving forward, today we're going to be talking about master your past. Now, when I say master your past, guys, I feel like a lot of times in life, when certain things have happened to us, when we were younger and stuff, we try to run from it. We try to hide from it. We try to just completely block it out of our mind and act like it never happened. But in order for us to become our greatest, we have to master our past. It's so many different reasons why it's important for us to master our past. First of all, tip number one on why we need to master our past is because whoever tries to forget their past is bound to relive it in some shape or form if they have not become at peace with the situation. The second tip on why we need to master our past is because it will help us to be grateful that we are no longer in certain situations or no longer around certain people and no longer doing the same things that we were doing that might have led up to that type of situation. The third reason why we need to learn to master our past is because we learn from it. We learn from it, okay? Even though that was a messed up situation that may have happened or a couple messed up situations, what did I learn from that situation? What can I take from that situation to help me to become better, to become greater, or make sure that I never, ever, ever put myself in any situations like that again? The fourth reason why we need to learn to master our past, and this is just my personal opinion, but I feel like this is a fact, is because that gives us an opportunity to face the things that happen. That gives us an opportunity to help someone else who may be in that same type of situation. You never really know how much you can learn from your own life experiences until you sit down and actually think about the things that you buried, deep inside your brain, so you never, never, never have to think about it. But honestly speaking, a part of us becoming better and becoming greater is learning to face the things that happened to us in the past. That's why I'm saying we have to learn to master our past, because it's okay for us to leave it alone, but I feel like before we completely leave it alone, we must be one with the situation that has taken place so that it will no longer hunt us down. That's going to bring us into tip number 5 on why we need to learn to master our past. Because honestly speaking, guys, you can run, but you can't hide from yourself. So at the end of the day, if certain situations have happened, it's better to face it so that it don't continue to hunt you down. If it was something that happened to you that you actually put yourself in this type of situation, then you have to learn to forgive yourself and understand that the way you was thinking then is not how you're thinking now. And at the end of the day, we all make mistakes. And sometimes we do put ourselves in situations that are not good for us. But at that point in time, we felt like it was necessary. We felt like we had to do it. We had no choice. So you got to learn to forgive yourself and continue to push yourself to go on. But to just bury certain things that happen in your past in the back of your brain, like at some point in time, you're going to have to face it. So that's why I'm saying we have to learn how to master our past. This is going to bring us into tip number 6 on why we need to learn to master our past. Because honestly speaking, I feel like in life, sometimes you will run into people that knew you back then, who you was back then, and the things that you did back then. But and they want to remind you of it. They don't want you to let it go. They want you to still feel guilty about things that you did back then. But at the end of the day, look, if you learn to master your past, even if you do happen to run into someone from your past and they try to bring up something that you know for sure is a sensitive topic, at the end of the day, you already mastered it. So talking about it is nothing. To you, that's a part of your past. And at the end of the day, you've become one with that situation and you're no longer hurt or feel bad or guilty for certain things that you might have done before. So that's why I'm telling you guys, learn to master your past. This way, if people try to remind you of certain things, or if you feel guilty about certain things that you might have done that you would not do today, or if you just feel sad because you was put in certain situations that were uncomfortable to you, master your past. This way you can get past those emotions. That brings us into tip number 7 on why we need to learn to master our past. Because honestly speaking, guys, you want to be at peace. You don't want to feel like there's a weight on top of your shoulder that you don't know how to get rid of it. The way to get rid of it is to face it. And that gives you more strength, more courage, more power back to you. Because when you allow certain things to be in the back of your mind and you feel constantly guilty about it, then it's still beating you up inside. But when you learn to face it and you say, you know what, that was back then. That's who I was then. That's the things I felt like I had to do then. Like, that's when you start to face it, because it is what it is. Whatever happened, happened, and you don't want it to continue to haunt you and have that type of power over you. And this is why I'm saying learning to, accept what was and master your past is the key to you continuing to move forward. And honestly speaking, this is just a PS note to you guys. I feel like a lot of times when things do happen to us in the past that we're not happy about, what we do is we try to just completely forget about it and act as if it never happened. But there's going to be a point in time where a certain situation might trigger that memory of that. Or, you might get a dream or premonition that might remind you of some things that happened in the past. But learning to face your past and master it is the best thing you can do. And that is my advice on how to continue to move forward, because you can't run from the past. You can't hide from it. What you could do is face it with some grace and some strength and say, you know what? I'm going to face this with all that I have, and I'm going to continue to move forward and make sure that it never happens again. So, like I always say, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And of course, visit my website at shoploveronline.com. Until next time, guys, let's start learning to master our past. Peace.